Oh, I'm so excited for this episode today. This one is a hugely inspired episode by my own personal journey, and I'm going to share with you a little bit more about that in just a minute. Welcome back to Creatives Rule the World. I'm Tracy Matthews, your host today. And if you're a jewelry business owner who is trying to grow your brand and you would be loving it if you could add an extra 10K to your sales in May, or you would love to even hit your first five-figure month, either way, you are going to love this episode because this is all about you setting a big, unreasonable goal for yourself, hitting maybe an extra 10K in your sales, and also bringing your customers and clients along for that journey. I am so excited for this. And also, I'm going to be talking a little bit more about our AI tool, Desire AI, and the inspiration for this podcast. What if you enrolled your customers or your community or the people in your audience in your campaign to hit a sales goal? How cool would that be? Now, earlier on this podcast, I don't know if it was this podcast or one that I was interviewed with, I shared a really insane sales goal that I have for this year. I want to make $1 million in personal income, and I'm going to be doing that in multiple ways, but I claimed it publicly. And as the summer comes, I'm going to be talking a little bit more about it. I'm in some figuring out phases right now because I want to stretch myself so hard and I want to be making a lot of money as a creative because I truly believe that creatives should be wealthy, and that is your birthright to have the words wealthy creative in the same sentence for your business or your brand. Now, you might have heard me over the past couple of weeks talking about my Wealthy Creative Society. And if that's you, formerly the Launchpad, I should say, and you're someone who is interested in learning more about that, feel free to hit me up. We'll also have some links in the show notes. But this episode is specifically for jewelry business owners today because earlier this year, we launched our app for Desire AI. And now we have a photo studio, an AI photo studio, and a complete marketing assistant app that is changing the game for hundreds of jewelry business owners. And pretty soon it will be thousands of jewelry business owners. And we are so excited about this. And we want to support you along this ride of growing your business. What if your customers, your audience, people following you, people on your email list actually wanted you to hit your sales goal? And all you had to do was ask, all you had to do was enroll them in the process. Because here's the thing, the gap between where you are now and where you want to be is you showing up and claiming what you want and then doing the daily activities because you're being visible that will allow you to be seen and allow you to make sales. And I found that so many different jewelry business owners, they have a great product. They have a great audience. They have people who actually want to buy from them. And when they post in the right way, they make sales. But for some reason, they're hiding, right? Maybe they posted something, it hasn't been something that really landed or resonated with the client. Maybe their photos aren't great and they don't know how to put themselves out there. Maybe they feel like they're bugging people if they're posting too much on social or sending out too many emails. Well, I'm here to tell you that that belief that you have is actually a wrong belief because people want to support your small business. And the people who love your brand really want to support you. And case in point, one of my private clients, she's a newer independent designer, Stephanie, and I just posted about this on Instagram last week. And she started using Desire AI for her business. And she said the 2 times that I used the tool, up until this point, because I'm sure she's posted many more times since then, that I used the Desire AI tool to write my captions and help me with my social media, I woke up the next morning to 2 sales. So if something like that is actually working for you, why wouldn't you do more of it, right? Because at the end of the day, you playing safe is not actually serving the world. You playing safe is doing only you a disservice, right? You becoming visible, you showing up for yourself, you setting a number and not really going for it, shying back because it feels too big or you feel weird about it, is actually not the highest and best service of who you are. So what I want to really move you into is getting into what I'd like to call a stretch goal mindset, but maybe we'll really call it like a 10X mindset because realistic and reasonable goals don't motivate people. They just don't. And so we want to stretch you to think really big. Now, before I talk about creating your goal or a huge stretch goal or 10Xing your mindset around this, first, I want to share a little bit more about how this challenge came up. So in May, we are going to host the 10K in May challenge. We've been hosting it for years inside of our Momentum program. And for the past several years, also in our Jewelry Sales Accelerator, aka DBE community over here at Flourish and Thrive. And we love hosting this challenge for a very specific reason. When people stretch themselves, they get big results. And when they go for what seems like an audacious goal, guess what? Big things happen. And so I'm going to share a couple stories of students that we've worked with who have done amazing, incredible things by stretching themselves and setting a big goal. Now, this challenge was originally introduced to me by one of my coaches. The number was a little bit different. It was adding an extra 100K to your sales in 1 month, in the month of May. So 100K in May. And my coach Taki at the time, this was back in 2018 or 19, said, what would it take? How many more clients would you have to get to hit another 100K? And because this was a coaching program around selling high ticket coaching programs, like our momentum program that we used to have, we would just need to sell or invite 10 more people into the program and close them in order to make that additional 100K. So the whole concept was like, how many more people can you serve? How can you show up consistently and reach a big goal so that you are serving more people and transforming people's lives? And if you're a jewelry designer, you might be thinking like, I'm not transforming people's lives as a jewelry business owner, but think about it. You are. You certainly are. You have a beautiful product that you bring into the world. And when people wear it, they are transformed. They love it. They feel confident. They feel beautiful. They feel put together. They feel stylish. All these things are your transformation, and it is so important and so valuable. So if you're adding value and people are paying you money in exchange for value because they feel good wearing it, there's no ick around selling, right? It's just about showing up. And this is why creating the stretch goal mindset is so important. So what a stretch goal mindset is, and I will say this after working with so many different jewelry business owners and other types of creatives over the years, is that we like to play it safe. And I think people like to play it safe with their goals because what would happen if you missed the goal? God forbid, right? Who cares? I set unrealistic goals all the time and I miss them all the time. The point being is when you set an unrealistic goal, a really big goal, a stretch goal, something that moves you beyond just an additional 20% more than I did last month, that's not really that motivating. Let's say you do 3 times more than you did the previous year or month. Now that is motivating and that's exciting because it charges up something like, wow, what if I could actually do that? And so creating a stretch goal for yourself is not about putting pressure on yourself. It's about stretching you. It's about showing you internally what you are capable of. And when you get the internal vibration and the belief systems and everything else that's involved with you stepping up and leading yourself to make more money in your business and your brand, well, guess what? You will make more money. And who cares if you hit the goal or not? The purpose is to stretch yourself. And so the stretch goal mindset is all about you stretching yourself beyond what you think is possible. So instead of a 10 to 20% increase, what I'd encourage you to do is to have a much bigger increase than that and do something so impossible. Do something so impossible that you literally in your mind, you're just like, how could I possibly do this? So I want to share a story of Lindsay. Lindsay is our student mentor inside of our DBE Sales Accelerator. And I want to share the story of the 10K in May challenge because several years ago, we challenged her to do 10K in May. The most she had ever done in her business before that was about $6,000, maybe $8,000 during the holiday season. So she was thinking to herself, this is not possible for May. How could I possibly do this? You know, I've never done that much before. May is a slow month. People are graduating. Their kids are getting out of school. They're going on vacation. All the belief systems, right, running in her head saying, I can't do this. But she decided to go for it. And within the 3rd day of 10K in May, she was like, this isn't going to work. I'm not getting any sales. I sold $30 worth of jewelry so far. There's no way, based on it starting out this way, will I hit this number? Well, guess what? She kept going. She emailed more than she felt comfortable with. She posted every day. She enrolled her community in the process. And 3 days before May was over, she officially hit the 10K mark and ended the month with $12,000 in sales. $12,000, you guys. And guess what? Because she was so inspired and motivated, she challenged herself to do the same thing the next month. And guess what? She hit the goal again the next month and was able to take the whole month of July off. Now, I think all of us would like to take the month of July off. I'm going to try to take the month of July off this year for sure. And I just want to remind you of this because When you hold yourself to a standard and you take action, even in light of no evidence that it's even possible for you to hit that goal, miracles happen. Miracles happen, and you deserve a miracle, sis. Like, I just want to tell you this because it's so important for you. Now, the second part of this is a really powerful part because when you enroll your customers and your audience in the process of your big, audacious goal, guess what? They cheer you on, they want you to win, and they see you as someone who they just want to buy from. So I want to share this story. Now, I had her on the podcast a couple of years ago. Maybe we'll link that episode, but Twyla Dill, she's a former student of ours. She was in our momentum program for over 3 years. And Twyla is a rock star. And I remember she graduated from our momentum program, and I saw her maybe like 6 months later challenging herself to do $100,000 over the course of 5 weeks, which is insane. Now, the woman had a successful multiple six-figure business at that time, but doing $100,000, almost half of what she had done the previous year, in a 5-week window, seemed like a lot, right? But she committed to it and she did it. And guess what she did? She enrolled her audience in the process. And it was in the season where she was retiring part of her collection and she was sharing about it every single day. She did it around her birthday and she made it fun. And guess what? I think that she hit the $100,000 goal. I could be wrong, but either way, she came very, very close. And the best part about it was she had fun doing it. And there wasn't all this stigma around like, oh my gosh, well, what if I don't hit the goal? Every day she would report her sales numbers. Every day she'd show up and be like, oh my gosh, you guys, and thank them, enrolling them, thank them for celebrating her, thank them for buying from her. And guess what? People were so excited to help her hit her sales goal that every single day new people were buying stuff. They were buying things for gifts, buying new products, because people want to buy from a founder that they love. People buy from people. Remember that. Listen to that. Write that down if you're not driving or working with heavy machinery or using your torch right now. People buy from people. They buy into stories. They buy into movement. They buy into momentum. They buy into an idea. They buy because they want you to win, right? They believe in you. And when you show up as a front-facing, founder-led brand with opinions and ideas and things that matter, guess what? They are enrolled in you. And when they're enrolled in you, they're going to grab up everything that you have. There is a reason why crowdfunding works. People want you to win. They want you to get that. Haven't you seen one of those crowdfunding offers where someone's launching a new collection or they're trying to open their retail store and they're offering these packages of jewelry or whatever their products are? And if they hit a certain number that they know they'll be able to hit, guess what? They get the whole thing crowdfunded and they're able to celebrate and work with all these people and also get donations towards whatever it is that they're creating. People like to feel like they're contributing to something good. And when you are bringing them along this ride and along the process, guess what? You are going to win. It's so exciting. And the biggest mistake that most creatives make is they keep their goals private. They're worried that they don't want to feel cringe or they don't want to feel uncomfortable sharing their ideas and what they believe in. But guess what? People want to support the small guys. And I think this is what people forget all the time. They want to support you. They want to invest in you. They want to buy your products. And the people who have the courage to show up and create the ask and have the courage to create the content, to have the courage to continue moving forward without that desperation energy, but from a place of confidence, guess what? You will win. Do you want to say this? I know sometimes when we're in the stage of like elevating to our next level, we were talking a lot about this in the Wealthy Creative Society. We are going to be stretched and our subconscious mind is going to try to keep us small. So if you're in the energy of being in desperation energy instead of invitation energy, do you hear the difference? Desperation versus invitation energy. One repels, the other converts. One pushes people away. The other one makes people lean in and want to buy. One of the things that we're going to do in the 10K May Challenge is help you build your founder-led brand that people want to buy from so that you can lean in and get the whole thing so that your content converts. Now, the next thing I wanted to coach you on is how to share your goal without oversharing your goal. Now, I think that you should push yourself and talk about the amount of money you want to make, because I think that when you do that, you're stretching yourself and putting yourself out there. But there are other ways to do this. So if you feel ick saying like, hey, I want to make an extra 10K this month, and I would love to invite you along this process. I'd love to invite you to buy from me. I'm open for Mother's Day and graduation gifts and all these things. There's just so many reasons to buy now. I'm here to serve you. You don't want to speak to the world like that. I get it. Maybe you have a number of units that you'd like to sell. Maybe you have a number of orders that you want to ship. Maybe you have a number of bundles that you want to sell. Pieces, units, bundles, orders. There's all different ways that you can position it. But enroll people in some sort of strategy so you can have a countdown. And something super fun that you can do if you want to play along this process is to get one of those thermometers. You can get it on Amazon and fill it in and show people your progress and just get them enrolled in this experience. Well, this is what it's all about, is getting them enrolled. So one of the things that makes you sharing your goal so compelling is to share with your audience what it means for you. And I'm going to give you two really great examples of how this worked for Twyla and Lindsay. Number one, Twyla was able to buy a house and sell off her old inventory and invest in something that she never thought that she would be able to do as an artist. Buying a house as an artist, when you're the one making all the money and you don't have someone else supporting you, is a big feat, and people want to support that. And she got people enrolled in that idea. You buying my products during this time period is going to help me buy my first home. Lindsay, she donates a ton of money to animal rescue services, and she has a huge philanthropy around pets and animals and services that have philanthropy around animals. Now, I don't know exactly which ones. You can ask Lindsay. She would be happy to tell you if you want to donate to her cause. But she was able to donate hundreds of dollars to animal rescue services because of that. And also take a break. You know, I think all people want to support an artist who wants to take a break. And if you feel like you have to be showing up somewhere in order to make money, well, this is your opportunity to switch that narrative for good. Switch that narrative for good. Because at the end of the day, when you give someone a reason to buy from you and you enroll them on the mission of why and the movement of why, guess what? They want to celebrate you. And one of the things that really gets people compelled to celebrate you is bringing them along specific milestones. Maybe you're 10% towards your goal. Maybe you're 25% towards your goal. Maybe you're halfway towards your goal. Maybe you're 3/4 of the way towards your goal. Give them a reason to keep rooting you on. And you want to be mentioning this almost every single day on your social media, because the truth is, people want to support you. They want to enlist and enroll in your mission, in your movement. The more that you share, the more it is. Get your friends and family involved too, because they want to support you as well. Now, I want to talk about how to actually make the money, because the revenue generating activities are the thing that will move the needle and help you get this goal. So obviously, you need to be visible. You need to be showing up in places, at in-person events, trunk shows, hosting pop-ups. You can do this online, showing up every day, selling your product, enlisting people in your product drops, talking about Mother's Day, talking about graduation, et cetera, et cetera. Visibility is the key. People need to know how to buy from you. And so how do you create visibility around your brand? Well, obviously, I mentioned before, you can do pop-ups and in-person shows, but also having a system for follow-up after those shows. If you're an in-person girly, make sure that you're having special sequences and things for when someone's buying from you at a show, you're sending them automated emails that are actually getting them to also purchase from you on your website. And this is something that Desire AI, our AI tool, that if you join us for the 10K in May challenge, is going to help you do seamlessly. You don't even need to think about it. Desire AI is designed to help you strategize all of these things. Now, the three areas that most people forget about marketing is, number one, social media. It seems obvious, but people aren't doing it. Number two, email marketing. And number three, messaging people in the DMs who are engaged with your products and your work and starting conversations around sales. These are the warmest leads you have. People who've already purchased from you also want to support you. So if you can get into a habit of emailing, sending out DMs, and showing up regularly with your past customers and asking them for a repeat purchase and enrolling them in this goal that you have, guess what? You're going to build so much momentum around this. Re-engagement is unrealized revenue. Now, I shared about this idea. I'm going to be interviewing Kelly Roach really soon. She has a concept called the Miracle Hour, and we've talked about this in multiple different ways at Flourish and Thrive. But basically, what the Miracle Hour is a system for you to spend 1 hour a day. It could be a little bit less, it could be even more for you and your team if you have one, to focus on sales and revenue generating activities. And you split the time up every single day into two parts. The first part is reaching out to new customers. The second part is following up with previous customers who have worked with you in the past. And both of these things are a great way for, number one, for you to build relationships, and number two, for you to follow up with people who've already purchased from you. It is 10 to 20 times less expensive to follow up with a previous customer and have a way for them to continue working with you or continue buying from you than it is to try to keep finding new customers. That longevity is key, right? And so this is all about you getting into a rhythm of sales. Now, speaking of a frequency and consistency issue, one of the ways that I set out to solve this execution problem was to create a tool last year called Desire AI. Now, it originally started as a ChatGPT overlay. We've since released the app and the AI photo studio, and it is a game-changing, revolutionary tool for jewelry business owners. And the reason why I really wanted to solve this execution problem is because I saw so many people over the years who knew what they needed to do, but they weren't executing on it. And I think the reason they weren't executing on it was because they didn't know what to say or how to do it, or they ran out of ideas. And then they just froze and they didn't do anything around it. And so here's the thing. If you run out of content ideas, if you feel overwhelmed because there's just too much to do, both of those problems are solvable. And that's exactly why we created Desire AI, is to help you get into a consistent execution mode, but also to help you ideate and to pull the ideas out of you, to store your ideas on the back end of the tool, to store your stories and to pull things from your database so that you have an endless amount of content ideas. It's trained on my marketing principles, the best-selling hooks, strategies that really help you, emails, marketing strategies that help you optimize your emails, caption writing formulas, and so much more. If you even tried the tool in the beginning, it's nothing like it used to be. It is game changing. And during the 10K in May challenge, if you want to join us, you'll get Desire AI to use during the challenge to help you make your 10K or your 20K or your 2K, whatever your goal is. And it's great for businesses of all levels. It's going to help you with your email marketing, your email flows, your content creation. It will be your business coach. It will talk you off the ledge. It is so great. I can't even explain how amazing this tool is. It really will do so much for you. If you join before April 26th, you can join the 10K in May challenge for $47. We're also going to have an opportunity for you to upgrade to a second month of Desire AI, because depending on when you join, your Desire AI access will be unlocked immediately. And you can get that second month for a very special rate, this one time only, when you join Desire AI. And you're going to love this so much. You're going to have the best time using this tool. So we'd love to invite you to the 10K in May challenge. And the whole purpose of it, in this episode, I basically gave you so many things that you can do. Now, if you really want to dig deep into the specifics and you're ready to set that big stretch goal and you want to get into the actions and you want to have templates and strategies and things that you can actually use to plug and play in your business to make this easy, and you want to enroll your audience and make this fun and really go for this big goal that you have, well, this is your opportunity for just $47. If you join in the early bird, it will be $97 after April 26th, and you'll be able to join all the way through May. You get access to Desire AI and all the templates and tools that we're going to be giving you inside of 10K in May. There's going to also be a VIP opportunity where you can work closely with me in a higher level container for a little bit of a bigger investment, which we'll be releasing and announcing later on in the season. And I highly recommend that you participate and play in this incredible opportunity. 10K in May works. We've seen it happen so many times. I've helped hundreds of different artists reach their unreasonable goals by just focusing on the activities and the actions that move you forward in your business. And so we're here for it. If you're here for it, we'd love to invite you to join. So there's a link in the show note if you want to check out more about the 10K May challenge, or head on over to flourishthriveacademy.com/10K in May, and you'll be redirected to a page where you can sign up for the challenge. That's flourishthriveacademy.com/10K in May, and join us for the 10K in May challenge. It's going to be so fun. You are going to love it. All right. Ciao for now.